I want a woman that's going to arouse my intellect as well as my loins.
Where will you find such a woman?
In America.
This movie is pure gold. After 5 years of running this channel, we finally arrive at Coming to America, a film that unexpectedly became a passport bro essential. What happens when a man travels across the world looking for something his own world couldn't give him?
I have something else in mind. Tell no one of this. I intend to find my bride.
Coming to America isn't just a comedy, it's a mirror, a love story wrapped in royal robes and gold chains that hides a deeper message about freedom, culture, and connection.
Only dogs are to obey. If you truly love your wife, you will value her opinion.
In 1988, Prince Akeem of Zamunda came to Brooklyn, Queens to find his queen. But 40 years later, the question hits harder than ever. Why would a man leave his own country to find his wife? And why America? Let's get into it. Quick note, to give you the best experience without copyright interruptions, our full uncut content is available on Patreon. So if you enjoy our content and want the full experience, support us on Patreon. Patreon gang, salute! Spoiler alert! This video contains spoilers, so you've been warned. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we many.
His Highness must be very excited today.
Why is that, huh?
Today is your 21st birthday, which means you meet your wife-to-be.
Well, I'm curious, but how can a man get excited about a woman he's never seen?
It's Akeem's 21st birthday, the day he's set to meet his arranged bride. Tradition says it's time to marry, but Akeem, he's not having it.
Father, it is not just that, it's everything. The cooking, the pampering, the dressing, the bathing. Actually, I'd rather enjoy the bathing, but just for once, I would like to cook for myself and take care of myself, dress myself, wipe my own backside. And why? Why can't I find my own wife?
Aha! So that's it.
This isn't just about love. It's about freedom, autonomy, and choice.
We've gone to a great deal of trouble to select for you a very fine wife. Since the day she was born, she was taught to walk and speak and think as a queen.
But Father, what if I do not love her?
Oh my goodness. That voice of James Earl Jones still gives me goosebumps every single time. For those who don't know, that's the voice of Darth Vader. Rest in power, sir, a legend whose presence alone could command an empire. But I digress. Exactly, love. But the lesson his father drops hits harder than most people realize. Since the day she was born, she was taught to walk, speak, and think as a queen. That's the real gem right there. This isn't just about romance, it's about training, about values. Quality women aren't born, they're raised. This is where we see one of the most epic scenes in the history of comedy.
So,
am I not all you dreamed I would be?
oh, you're fine. Beautiful. It's just that if we're going to be married, I thought we should talk to each other, get to know each other.
Ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
Yes, I know this, but I would like to know about you. What do you like to do?
Whatever you like.
What kind of music do you like?
Whatever kind of music you like.
Look, I know what I like. And I know you know what I like because you were trained to know what I like. But I would like to know what you like. For instance, do you have a favorite food?
Yes.
Good! What is your favorite food?
Whatever food you like.
This is impossible. Listen, from this moment on, I command you not to obey me.
No.
Are you saying that no matter what I tell you to do, you will do?
Yes, Your Highness.
Anything I say, you do?
Yes, Your Highness.
Bark like a dog.
Arf! 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 Arf!
A big dog.
Woof! 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 Woof!
Hop on one leg.
Woof! 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 Woof!
Make a noise like an orangutan.
Ah! I see the two of you are getting along.
If you listen carefully, you can hear me laughing my ass off in the background because I forgot to turn off my microphone while recording the film. This will happen a few more times, so you've been warned. But what does he find? A woman who's beautiful but empty, obedient but uninspiring. Akeem doesn't reject beauty, he rejects emptiness. He's not looking for a servant, he's looking for spark, depth, soul.
Son, I know we never had to talk about this, but I always assumed that you had sex with your bathers. I know I do.
So Akeem leaves Zamunda, not because he hates his culture, but because he's chasing something his kingdom can't give him. A woman who can choose him.
So you would share your bed and your fortune with a beautiful fool. I intend to find my bride.
What is wrong with the one you have now? When you saw her tell me you did not want to rip her clothes off right then and there.
I want a woman that's going to arouse my intellect as well as my loins.
Where will you find such a woman?
In America.
Hell to the no. This didn't age well. In 2025, America is not the destination to find your queen. But back in the 80s, the cracks were already showing. Let's talk about it.
Is it my imagination, or does every woman in New York have a severe emotional problem?
Keep that sentence in mind, because while Coming to America doesn't dive deep into the psychology behind human behavior, it brushes against something real, the early warning signs of a cultural shift.
Mr. Clarence! Hey! The boys from Africa, how y'all doing this evening? Sir, where can one go to find nice women here? Oh, you got to get out and look. They ain't gonna just fall in your lap.
We have been to every bar in Queens.
Well, that's where you messed up, son. You can't go to no bar to find a nice woman.
Now, why are clubs and bars the worst places to find quality women? Let's find out. Everybody's looking for something. In the club, the air is thick with performance, flashing lights, loud music, bodies in motion. It's sensual, chaotic, addictive. But here's the problem. The traits that make a good wife aren't the ones that shine in that kind of environment. It's not that quality women don't exist there, it's that the culture doesn't reward that type of energy. And that's why Akeem's question hits harder than people realize.
Is it my imagination, or does every woman in New York have a severe emotional problem?
Because beneath the comedy, Coming to America was quietly exposing the early cracks in modern relationships, especially in how men and women were starting to view each other. Let's break it down.
I worship the devil.
You're not aligned with your women spiritually.
See, that's the problem. I can't find a man that can satisfy me.
You can't satisfy your women emotionally or sexually. They are overstimulated, desensitized, always chasing more. The barrier for intimacy got lower, but the expectations got higher. Do you think it's a coincidence this scene starts with the devil worshiper? That's that effeminist poison she's hinting at. Rebellion disguised as liberation.
I'm not interested in a man unless he drives a BMW.
Now you're dealing with women conditioned to value materialism. America is the mecca of capitalism, a system that tells you your worth is measured by your possessions. Buy this, own that, flex now, think later. If you don't have luxury, you're not valuable.
Yeah, well, you know, baby, I'm almost single. My husband's on death row.
And finally, attraction to dysfunction. The thrill of the bad boy, the criminal, the chaos. The educated, stable man becomes the boring man, predictable, lame. These 4 clips weren't random jokes. They were social x-rays, Coming to America disguised truth as humor, showing us that long before the dating apps and the gender wars, the foundation was already cracking. See, Akeem's journey wasn't just about finding love, it was about finding balance, feminine balance. Because what he faced in both Zamunda and New York was the same disease, connection replaced by performance. Every interaction had become a transaction. What do you bring to the table? What can you offer me? Who has the upper hand? The 1980s were the canary in the coal mine. What we're seeing today, the disconnection, the distrust, the digital love economy, are just the echoes of that first warning sign. So where does a man find a quality wife?
Well, that's where you messed up, son. You can't go to no bar to find a nice woman. You got to go to a nice place, a quiet place like a library. It's a good woman there. And at church, it's good girls. Or this place here, where I'm going tonight, the Black Awareness Rally, it's going to be some fine women there. Good, clean girls.
Notice how, once again, it's all about environment. Why is that so important? Because where you are says a lot about who you are. And who you are, that's built on how you spend your time. The library might not have been the coolest spot even back then, but before the internet, that's where the knowledge lived. And you know what they say about knowledge? It separates the curious from the careless. Then there's the church. That one runs deep because the church isn't just a place of worship, it's a place of order. It represents discipline, morality, structure, and community. At least that's how it used to be. Back then, a woman who walked through those doors wasn't posing, she was planted. And then there's the Black Awareness Rally. That's cultural consciousness.
I am very happy to be here.
That's where pride, history, and identity live. That's where the spirit of the people still burns. So when Mr. Clarence gave that advice, it wasn't small talk, it was code. He was saying, go where the mindset matches the mission. If you're looking for a queen, you can't find her in a circus.
You know, Black Awareness Week is an opportunity for self-expression.
When Akeem saw Lisa, he didn't see just a pretty face. He saw purpose. He didn't want a woman who looked the part, he wanted one who lived the part. Her lifestyle matched her values, and in her speech, she talks about children being the future. That wasn't random. That was signaling legacy, foundation, motherhood. Fast forward to today, and that's still the blueprint most people ignore. Everyone says they want quality, but they're still searching in spectacle. They want depth, but they keep fishing in shallow water. You can't find substance in spaces built for performance. You can't find real values where everyone's acting for attention. Because the right environment doesn't just reveal who she is, it reveals what she values.
Over the last 30 days, I've gone on 10 different dates with 10 different guys. This is a guy I met off Hinge, never seen him in real life before. It'll be a fun time. Hinge is the app I've been using during this whole challenge to meet people, and I highly recommend it. I have really enjoyed my experience using that app. So if you're looking to go on dates and you're not in a position to meet people in the wild super easily, then I recommend Hinge.
And that, brothers, is the quiet key to finding peace in a wife. But here's the real question. What if the woman of your dreams is trapped in a toxic environment? Because even though Lisa looks like the dream woman, is she really?
She is wonderful.
Akeem.
Shh.
I don't know how it is in Africa, but here, rich guys get all the chicks.
Yes, he must work very hard.
The Prince of Soul Glow work hard? No way. He lives off his father's invention. He could buy her anything he wants. How are you going to compete with that?
Now this is where we dive into the part that didn't age well. Lisa's already in a relationship when Akeem decides to pursue her. So let's ask the question every man should ask himself. Why chase a woman who's already taken? Would you want someone doing that to your relationship? And if she leaves him for you, what makes you think she won't do the same to you? Now sure, Daryl is a clown. He's arrogant, flashy, self-absorbed. If he were a good guy, this story wouldn't work. But here's the inconvenient truth. Lisa chose him. That means at some point, he did something right. He's a Tyrone archetype. Handsome, confident, high status. The kind of man most women are drawn to.
I have recently been placed in charge of garbage. Do you have any that requires disposal?
No, it's totally empty.
Well, when it fills up, don't be afraid to call me. I'll come take it out most urgently.
That's good to know.
When you think of garbage, think of Akeem.
Now think about it. Would a woman like Lisa really go for the guy mopping floors and taking out the trash, especially after dating the local celebrity? Not in the real world. That's the Hollywood illusion, the fairy tale that the humble, low-status man can win the heart of the princess through sheer goodness. But here's where it gets interesting. Akeem actually displays Sigma male traits: independent, introspective, centered. But he breaks the Sigma code by pursuing a woman who's already occupied. A true Sigma doesn't chase, he attracts. His silence, his focus, his aura, that's what draws women in.
You know, you're a very unusual guy. I've never seen anybody take so much pride in mopping a floor.
He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk. One cannot fly into flying. That is not mine, that is Nietzsche's.
See, that's what I mean. Most of the guys who work here don't go around quoting Nietzsche.
See, what separates Akeem from Daryl isn't status, it's spirit. Daryl leads with image, money, and ego. Akeem leads with humility, curiosity, and character. But here's the paradox most men miss. Women say they want humility until humility shows up wearing a McDowell's uniform and a mop in his hand. Lisa was drawn to Akeem because he didn't act like the men she was used to. But that attraction only sparked after she got tired of Daryl. That's the cycle. Women rarely pivot to character first. They pivot to character after status fails them. And that's why Akeem's charm worked. He wasn't selling luxury. He was offering what money can't buy: mystery, manners, and mission. He didn't want to impress Lisa. He wanted to understand her. But let's be honest, this story only works because we, the audience, know Akeem is secretly a prince.
Because you have a kind of inner glow, like you're above anything petty. It's almost regal.
That's what makes his humility feel noble, not pathetic. We're in on the secret, even if Lisa isn't. That's the Aladdin effect. The poor man gets the princess only because we know he's royalty in disguise. In the real world, though, that illusion collapses. Lisa wouldn't have looked twice until Daryl fumbled the bag. The fantasy that the good low-status man wins the woman over the bad high-status man sells because it soothes both sides. It tells women they can kiss the frog and inherit a prince. And it tells men they can win love through purity alone. But reality doesn't follow Hollywood's script. Things only got worse since this movie came out. The same land Akeem traveled to for freedom and love became the land where men now leave to find both. Brothers have realized the well is polluted. The values that once built families, discipline, modesty, loyalty, cooperation, have been replaced by ego, exposure, and endless choice. But let's be clear, the Passport Bro movement isn't about rejecting black women. It's about rejecting broken systems. There's a whole world, from Ghana to Ethiopia, where the culture still values family, faith, and femininity. Akeem went looking for a queen in Queens. Today's men are crossing oceans to find women who still act like queens. Coming to America was once a romantic fantasy. Now it feels prophetic. It asked a question the modern world keeps answering the wrong way. What happens when men stop looking for beauty and start looking for peace? Because coming to America used to mean arriving in the land of the free. Now it means leaving the land that forgot what freedom truly is. 40 years later, Akeem's dream became today's passport reality.
Patreon gang, salute, salute, salute. Management, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.